Hello friends, welcome to my channel Katha Manthan. Today I am going to tell you an ISC poem, The Spider and the Fly, written by Mary Botham Howitt. Summary of the poem. In the first stanza, The Spider and the Fly, the spider tries to convince the fly to come up to his parlor web, but the fly replies that those who do so never return. हमारी इस कविता में एक स्पाइडर और फ्लाई के बारे में दिखाया गया है। यहाँ पे स्पाइडर अब फ्लाई से कह रहा है कि आप प्लीज़ मेरे घर आइए, लेकिन फ्लाई कहती है कि आपके घर जो भी आता है वो दोबारा कभी लौट के नहीं आता। In the second stanza, the spider tries to convince the fly how comfortable his bed is, but the fly responds that those who sleep on his bed never wake again. सेकेंड स्टैंजा में स्पाइडर फ्लाई से कहता है कि मेरा जो पलंग है वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल है, लेकिन फ्लाई ये कह के मना कर देती है कि आपके पलंग पे जो भी सोता है वो दोबारा कभी नहीं उठ पाता। इन द थर्ड स्टैंजा द स्पाइडर प्रोक्लेम्स हीज अफेक्शन फॉर द फ्लाई एंड ऑफर्स व्हाट ही हैज़ इन हीज पेनिट्री, बट द फ्लाई डज नॉट विश टू सी। थर्ड स्टैंजा में स्पाइडर फ्लाई से कहता है कि मेरी पेनिट्री में बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, आप देखना पसंद करेंगे, लेकिन फ्लाई कहती है कि मुझे मन नहीं है देखने का। इन द फोर्थ स्टैंजा द स्पाइडर ऑफर्स फ्लैटरी एंड द चांस फॉर द फ्लाई टू लुक अपॉन हरसेल्फ इन हिज मिरर। द फ्लाई इज फ्लैटर्ड एंड सेज शी विल कॉल ऑन हिम अनदर डे। फोर्थ स्टैंजा में स्पाइडर अपना आखिरी कोशिश में ये कहता है कि फ्लाई तुम बहुत बहुत सुंदर हो देखने में, तुम क्या मेरे घर आकर के मेरा आईना देखना चाहोगे। ऐसा तारीफ सुनकर के फ्लाई थोड़ी सी बहक जाती है और वो कहती है कि मैं ज़रूर आऊँगी, लेकिन अगले दिन। In the fifth stanza, the spider knows that the fly was flattered, so he prepares for her arrival, believing that the fly has begun to trust him. When she returns, he flatters her again to seal the deal. पांचवी पद में स्पाइडर आखिरकार फ्लाई को कन्विंस कर ही लेता है। वो उसको आखिरकार घर के अंदर बुला ही लेता है अपने कुछ एटीट्यूड और बिहेवियर के कारण, और फ्लाई भी अंदर आ ही जाती है। In the sixth stanza, still enamored with spider's flattery, the fly gets closer and closer until the spider captures her. और छठे स्टैंजा में फ्लाई जब स्पाइडर के घर आती है और तब तक फ्लाई स्पाइडर के हाथों से मर चुकी होती है। The final stanza is spoken directly to the readers. In this case, it is children. The poem is a lesson that some use flattery simple as a way to get what they want or to seduce other people. Although this is a general lesson intended for children, this poem has been interpreted as a cautionary tale for women not to be seduced by manipulative men. और हमारे आखिरी पद में हमारी लेखिका हम लोग सबसे यह कहती है कि हम लोग को किसी के भी बहकावे में नहीं बहकना चाहिए, क्योंकि जो लोग आपकी तारीफ़ ना चाहते हुए करते हैं वो लोग बहुत ही ज़्यादा खतरनाक होते हैं, और वो लोग आपको अपने जाल में फंसाने के लिए ही ऐसा कहते हैं। Summary of the poem in brief. Will you walk into my parlor? Said the spider to the fly. 'Tis the prettiest parlor that ever you did spy. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair, and I have many pretty things to show when you are there. Oh, no, no, said the little fly. To ask me is vain, for who goes up your winding stair can never come down again. The poet creates a fable in the form of a poem titled The Spider and the Fly. In a fable, the characters being present though happens to be animals, but they speak like human beings. In a fable, there is always a lesson to be learned at the end. It urges its reader to learn the lesson for their well-being. In this poem, two characters have been framed: a spider, epitome of evil; a fly, epitome of innocence. The spider invites and lures the fly to come to his den, cobweb, but ironically presented as the home of the spider. He tries to lure the fly by saying that if she comes to his parlor, then the fly would be able to see the best home she has ever seen. He then says to the fly that he has so many beautiful things to show her that she should come to his cozy home to have a look at those. But the fly flatly refuses his invitation, as it was very clear to her that nobody can come out of the spider's den in the event of going into it. हमारे सबसे पहले पद में कवि यह कहना चाह रहा है कि ये पोयम एक फेबल है। फेबल यानी कि वो जहाँ पे जानवरों को इंसानों की तरह कैरेक्टर दिए जाते हैं और वो लोग इंसानों की तरह बात किए जाते हैं। हमारे पोयम में 2 कैरेक्टर्स है जो कि जानवर हैं, लेकिन वो लोग इंसानों की तरह कह रहे हैं और बात कर रहे हैं। पहला जो कैरेक्टर है वो है स्पाइडर, जो कि एविल को दर्शाता है, और दूसरी कैरेक्टर है फ्लाई, जो कि इनोसेंस को दर्शाती है। और हमारी कविता इस तरह से शुरू होती है कि स्पाइडर फ्लाई को कह रहा है कि आप प्लीज़ मेरे घर में विज़िट कीजिए, क्योंकि मेरा घर बहुत ही सुंदर और बहुत ही कंफर्टेबल है और इसमें बहुत सारी अच्छी अच्छी चीज़ें हैं जो इनको देख के आप खुश हो जाएंगी और आपको देखना भी चाहिए। लेकिन हमारी फ्लाई कहती है कि आपके घर जो भी आता है वो कभी लौट के नहीं आता, इसलिए मुझे बुलाना व्यर्थ है। Second stanza. I am sure you must be very dear and soaring up so high. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to the fly. There are pretty curtains drawn around the sheets are fine and thin, and if you like a rest a while, I will snugly tuck you in. Oh, no, no, said the little fly, for I have often heard it said, they never, never wake again who sleep upon your bed. The spider, in spite of being refused by the fly, does not give up its relentless efforts to convince the fly to come to his home. He tries to woo the fly by saying that she must be very tired flying so high for so long. He once again invites her to have a rest in his little yet comfortable bed. He informs her that his room does have beautiful curtains and that his bed is bestowed with exquisite and thin bed sheets. He offers to put her into his comfortable bed and make sure that she is warm and comfortable by covering her well. The fly informed him that she would not like to do so, as that is, she heard that whoever sleeps into his bed never wakes up again. Here the poet has once again presented the fly as quite knowledgeable and aware about the dangers of falling prey to a spider. तीसरे पद में स्पाइडर फ्लाई को फिर से ल्यूर करने का कोशिश करता है। इस बार वो फ्लाई से ये कहता है कि मेरा जो बेडरूम है उसमें बहुत ही सुंदर और फाइन कर्टेन्स है चारों तरफ डले हुए। अगर तुम मेरे बेड पे सोओगी तो तुमको बहुत आराम मिलेगा और तुम बहुत कंफर्टेबल फील करोगी। लेकिन फ्लाई यह कह के ठुकरा देती है उसको ऑफ़र कि आपके बेड पे जो भी सोता है वो कभी नहीं उठ पाता। और यहाँ पे फ्लाई एक बार फिर से समझदारी की प्रस्तुति करती है। Fourth stanza. Said the cunning spider to the fly, Dear friend, what shall I do to prove the warm affection I have always felt for you? I have within my pantry good store of all that's nice. I'm sure you are very welcome. Will you please to take a slice? Oh, no, no, said the little fly. Kind sir, that cannot be. I have heard what's in your pantry, and I do not wish to see. This is where the poet first introduces the spider as somebody cunning to the readers. The poet, by using the word cunning, tries to point out the readers that however sweet the spider might appear to be in his language, but his intentions are quite foul, and that he is nothing but a predator, trying to catch his prey. The spider inquires the fly as to what he should do to prove to the fly that he has warm affection and love for her. He even tries to make the fly understand that he takes her as a friend. He assures her that he has a number of delicacies in his store which she would love to have if she chooses to come. The fly was showing signs of softening from her heart, with the words of the wily spider as it is even from the word sir. But still politely she refuses to go to his home to taste anything delicious and confirms that she knows well in advance what he has. इस स्टैंजा में स्पाइडर फ्लाई को ये कह करके अपनी तरफ आकर्षित करना चाहता है कि उसके पैनिट्री में बहुत सारा अच्छा खाने का सामान है और उन फ्लाई को बहुत खुशी होगा अगर वो एक स्लाइस भी लेना पसंद करेगी तो। लेकिन फ्लाई ये कह के मना कर देती है कि उसको पता है कि उसके पैनिट्री में क्या है और वो देखने का बिल्कुल मन नहीं रखती। Sweet creature, said the spider, you are witty and you are wise. How handsome are your gauzy wings, how brilliant are your eyes. I have a little looking glass upon my parlour shelf. If you will step in one moment, dear, you shall behold yourself. I thank you, gentle sir, she said, for what you are pleased to say, and bidding you good morning now, I will call another day. The spider uses his last weapon in the form of flattery to somehow catch hold of the fly. He calls his sweet creature and witty and wise. He mentions that her wings are handsome and that her eyes were brilliant, exquisite words being applied to woo the fly. This shows that the spider knew that the fly would fall prey to his flattery. By this, the poet tries to prove that women are much susceptible to the flattery of men. As such, here comes the warning of the poem, which happens to be the theme of the moral. The spider invites the fly to come to his den to look into her beauties in a mirror which he has kept. The fly was not yet convinced and therefore it still refuses to pay heed to his requests. But once again the poet uses the word, I thank you, gentle sir, giving enough clue that the fly was getting convinced and was about to fall into the trap. इस स्टैंजा में स्पाइडर अपना लास्ट वेपन यूज़ करते हैं, वो है कि तारीफ। बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं जो कि कहने बहुत अच्छा बात कहने से नहीं मानते, लेकिन जब आप उनका तारीफ करोगे तो वो बहक ही जाते हैं और इस पोएम में भी वही हुआ। लास्टली स्पाइडर अपनी फ्लाई से ये कहता है कि तुम बहुत खूबसूरत हो देखने में और तुम्हारे हैंडसम विंग्स बहुत ही खूबसूरत लगते हैं देखने में। तुम्हारी आँखें में एक अलग सी चमक है और इतना ही नहीं, वो यह भी कहता है कि अगर तुम मेरे घर में आओगी तो तुम अगर अपने आप को आईने में देखोगी तो शर्मा जाओगी, तुम इतनी सुंदर हो। और लास्टली फ्लाई भी बहकने लगती है क्योंकि वो यह कहती है कि जेंटल सर, मैं आपके घर ज़रूर आऊँगी लेकिन कोई और दिन। The spider turned him round about and went into his den, for well he knew the silly fly would soon be back again. So he wove a supple web in a little corner sly and set his table ready to dine upon the fly. Then he came out to his door again and merely did sing, Come hither, hither, pretty fly, with the pearl and silver wing. Your robes are green and purple, there's a crest upon your head. Your eyes are like the diamond bright, but mine are dull as lead. इस स्टैंजा में स्पाइडर को पता है कि अब ये फ्लाई मेरे जाल में फंस चुकी है और वो आएगी ही आएगी. The spider has been projected here in this stanza as the hunter. He has all the time in the world to wait, but at the same time have poise that the fly would invariably fall for his flattery, he being very sure that the fly was already convinced that it is just a matter of time before she falls into the trap. He weaves a very secret web in a corner and prepared his table where he would eat the fly. He comes to the door and starts singing his song, praising about the beauty of the fly. He even termed the fly eyes as bright diamond and he's as one as dull as lead. इस स्टैंजा में स्पाइडर फ्लाई से कन्विंस हो जाता है कि हाँ, फ्लाई मेरी बातों से पड़ चुकी है, तो वो घर के अंदर जाता है और एक तरफ अपना सीक्रेट वेब ड्रॉ करता है और एक टेबल भी लगाता है फ्लाई पे डिनर करने के लिए, और फिर वो बाहर लौट के आ कर के फ्लाई के लिए गाना गाते हैं, यह कहते हुए कि आओ आओ मेरे घर में आओ, तुम कितनी खूबसूरत हो, तुम्हारे आँख तो डायमंड की तरह शाइन करते हैं, और एंड यू हैव अ लिटिल क्रेस्ट अपॉन योर हेड, यानी कि उसके माथे पे बहुत सुंदर सा एक डिज़ाइन है, लेकिन उसकी आंखें तो लीड की तरह डल हैं. Alas, how very soon is this little fly, hearing his willy flattering words, come slowly flitting by. With buzzing wings she hangs afloat, then nearer and nearer drew, thinking only of her brilliant eyes and green and purple hue. Thinking only of her crested head, poor foolish thing, at last. Up jumped the cunning spider and ferociously held her fast. He dragged up his winding stair into his dismal den, within his little parlour, but she never came out again. The poet expresses her profound grief about the silliness of the fly. She, the poet, sounds saddened that the fly could not resist to the flattery of the spider. Even when she fly, how soon grit to resist? The fly, being flattered, was then only conscious about the beauty of her wings, her eyes, and not of the danger which lay ahead. She came nearer and nearer to the web of the spider, making all the wishes of the spider come true. The spider jumped into the fly as she came within his reach, and held her tightly so that there was no escape of her. He brought the fly to his dark den, from where she, the fly, never came out. Here the poet tried to say that the fly was killed by the spider. And now, dear little children, whom इस स्टैंजा में स्पाइडर फ्लाई पे अल्टीमेटली अपना पूरा कंट्रोल कर लेता है. फ्लाई ज़रा सा अंदर आती है और वो उसको अपने हाथों में बहुत तेज़ी से पकड़ करके अपने डार्क डेन के अंदर लेके जाता है. जिस तरह से उसने अपने पार्लर को बताया था वैसा वहाँ पे कुछ भी नहीं होता, सिर्फ और सिर्फ अंधेरा होता है. और फ्लाई, पुअर लिटिल सिली फ्लाई, जो कि वहाँ पे अंदर जाती है मगर बाहर दोबारा लौट कर कभी नहीं आती. And now, dear little children, who made this story read, to idle, silly, flattering words, I pray you never give heed. Unto an evil counselor close heart and ear and eye, and take a lesson from this tale of the spider and the fly. This stanza happens to be the last stanza of the poem, and thus it serves the moral of the fable. The moral of the fable: beware of flattery. Flattery indicates danger ahead. Save yourself from the people who would flatter us. They are dangerous and would take undue advantage of the situation. The fly was a living example of being a victim of flattery, has been lucidly presented to the readers. The poet appeals to all the readers of the poem to be alert of identifying flattery, and sooner they understand that someone is resorting to flattery, they should close their hearts, ears, and eyes, and should not pay heed to all that is being said about them or their beauty. She tries to prepare readers of understanding the possible dangers that may encounter and thus avoid them. हमारे लास्ट स्टैंजा में आखिरकार यह फेबल प्रतीत फेबल इसलिए कहा जा सकता है क्योंकि इसमें एक मॉरल है, बिवेयर ऑफ फ्लैटरी, यानी कि हम लोग को झूठी तारीफ़ों से बच के रहना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये झूठी तारीफ़ें सिर्फ हमारे लिए डेंजर्स का साइन ही है. अच्छा, हमारी कवित्री ये कहना चाहती है कि हम लोग को फ्लैटरी से बहुत ही संभल के रहना चाहिए, यानी कि झूठी तारीफ़ें. ये झूठी तारीफ़ें हम लोग को सिर्फ और सिर्फ डेंजर का साइन ही दिखाती है, और यही हम लोग की स्टोरी का लेसन है. Theme of the poem. A poetic theme is the idea and message the poet wants to give to the reader. The poet herself details the theme at the end of her poem. Once she has finished telling the narrative story of the spider and the fly, she breaks from the poetic storytelling and offers up a time of warning as a moral. It is here where the theme becomes strongest displayed. The weakness to succumb to flattery and false praise could be one's undoing. If we consider how such words play on our ego, causing us to embrace what would be disastrous, and theme of the limiting individual's pride becomes the driving theme of the poem. The spider is able to weave a web to ensure the fly because of a superficial praise heaped on it. When the fly gives to this praise, believing it as truth, the fly is destroyed. In this, there's the theme of not giving into attempting words of praise and adulation, no matter how seductive they may be. हमारी कविता का यह थीम है कि हम लोग को कभी भी फ्लैटरीज पे ध्यान नहीं देना चाहिए, यानी कि झूठी तारीफ़ों पे ध्यान नहीं देना चाहिए। भले सामने वाला इंडिविजुअल हमारे को कितना भी सेड्यूस करे, यानी कि हम लोग के ऊपर कितना भी हम लोग को बहकाए, लेकिन हम लोग को कभी नहीं बहकना चाहिए, क्योंकि प्रेजेस जो कि सुपरफिशियली किए जाते हैं वो एक्चुअल में डिज़ास्टर और डेंजर्स का साइन होते हैं। यहीं पे कवियत्री कहती है कि हमें ऐसे लोगों से बच के रहना चाहिए। What is fable? Discuss the poem The Spider and the Fly as a fable. A fable is a short story where the characters are generally animals but they speak like the human beings. A fable always bears a mission with it. The mission is to deliver moral at the end. The moral tends to be a lesson to humankind with regard to their conduct, what is justified for them to do and what is not expected from them. The message is always a social one, delivered in simple language and concerns about their human being well-being. In the first stanza of The Spider and the Fly, the spider tries to convince the fly to come up to his parlor, but the fly replies that those who do so never return. In the second stanza, the spider tries to convince the fly how comfortable his bed is, but the fly responds that those who sleep on his bed never wake again. In the third stanza, the spider proclaims his affection for the fly and offers that he has in his pantry, but the fly does not wish to see it. In the fourth stanza, the spider offers flattery and a chance for the fly to look upon herself in his mirror. The fly is flattered and says she will call on him another day. In the fifth stanza, the spider knows that the fly was flattered, so he prepares for her arrival, believing that the fly has begun to trust him. When she returns, he flatters her again to seal the deal. In the sixth stanza, still enamored with the spider's fly, this fly gets closer and closer until the spider captures her. The final stanza is spoken directly to the readers in the case it is children. The poem is a lesson. Some use flattery simple as a way to get what they want to or seduce other people. Although this is a general lesson intended for children, this poem has been interpreted as a cautionary tale for women not to be seduced by manipulative men. The poem happens to be a fable can be understood from this justification made above. It does have all the necessary attributes to qualify itself as a fable and is proven beyond contention. The most important point of a fable is the moral which it contains and delivers to its reader. The poem here has done this in a very effective and efficient manner, where the moral stands as beware of flattery. Flattery indicates danger ahead. Save yourself from the people who would flatter, as they are dangerous and would take undue advantage of the situation. Thank you friends. Thank you for watching my channel Katha Manthan.